More than 70% of the Earth's surface is covered by water, and yet for millions that precious resource is disastrously scarce. Our next guest is trying to do something about that for some people a world away, and she is still in high school. It is our pleasure to welcome Hannah Enck and Brian Newmanville from Hands of Freedom to tell us about it. Great to have you here today. When I think of 15, 16-year-olds, boys and girls, very often I think, well, they're interested in friendships and maybe what the coolest, latest thing is. For you, I'm sure you're interested in all those things, but you also got to thinking about bigger problems. What brought you to India and the shortage of good water for people there?
Yeah, well, wells in India, they have such an impact on the lives of people. Once a well is placed in a village, the women can get jobs and the children can go to school because they don't have to walk for water all day, and their lives can really change for the better.
And did you learn this from study? From where did you find this?
Well, the founders of Hands of Freedom, John and Swati Borde, are family friends of ours, so they've really inspired me to give.
And to give, let's talk about that. We have some photos of you. You've given every cent of your hard-earned money to this. Tell us how you accomplished that.
I worked at my aunt and uncle's strawberry farm. I babysat, and I donated Christmas, birthday, and allowance money. And
we're talking about upwards of $3,000 for this, which is about the amount it took to actually get a well dug in India. Well, let's talk to you now about your organization and how you made this happen.
Sure. Well, Hands of Freedom helps by putting in fresh water wells. We put in 30 wells in the last several years, and Hannah's is one of those. And it's just amazing when you put a well in, you can affect 10,000 people's lives that don't have to walk for water anymore. They can simply go right there and get the water that they need.
And in addition to the life-saving resource, obviously we all need water to live, this also economically improves the lives of people there as well. Getting somebody like Hannah involved in this, is this a common thing for the organization that you have somebody this extraordinary, this special?
Not somebody that young. At that age, it's just an amazing thing to me that would forego a lot of other things that you might want to spend your money on at that age to save money for a well. Typically, we do have individuals and families and organizations that adopt, to sponsor a well, but never anybody quite like Hannah.
Well, Minnesotans lead the nation in terms of volunteer hours given and other contributions. Folks at home are watching today saying, how could I help this Hands of Freedom?
Well, whether you have a little bit to give, that $25 helps with school supplies for a child. We do have several preschools that we operate as well. And if you give $3,000, you can put a well in. But you can also contribute time, talent, and skills, because in any nonprofit, there's always a need for people with different skill sets that the nonprofit simply can't afford to pay for.
And I suppose for people to think, oh, help people at home, actually you are helping people at home by helping people across the world. There is this great domino, isn't there?
Absolutely.
And if that country does well, then we, of course, are able to sell more, and it improves. Thank you for being here. All the best to you. I know you probably have very ambitious plans for your future, and I have no doubt you'll achieve them.
Thank you.
Thank you. We will give you more information about this Hannah's story and the information about Hands of Freedom. We have links on KARE11.com. We will be back in just a moment. Thank you for being here.